What's up, Captain TJ here, and last week I did a video on how to rig up a tarpon leader, like a little float rig or a flat line. Talked about the hooks and leader size, that sort of thing, and I said I'd get to more of the where to look for tarpon and how they hunt and feed and that kind of thing. So this video is not meant to be the end-all, be-all encyclopedia of tarpon fishing. It's not how to catch tarpon in Northeast Florida or Charleston. It's how to catch tarpon around coastal Georgia specifically. And what I want to talk about is rips and funnels, specifically rips, not even funnels. We'll get more to other terrain features some other time. And I even want to do more about rips in general as it relates to other species like trout and other ambushing type fish. But today, I just want to keep it very, very simple and talk about what makes a rip. And if you live somewhere else and you're talking about a rip, like out off of the beach, where like you've got a current seam, I know what you're talking about, and you could say that's what you're saying is a rip isn't a rip. Here it is. Here at St. Simon's, Jekyll, the Golden Isles area, what I'm referring to, we call it a rip. It's commonly known here that this is what we consider a rip. So yes, I do realize people call rips different things in different areas. I know what you're talking about. That's not what this is. So, whiteboard time. Yes, sir. So I want you to imagine this little crosshatch area down here is the bottom, and we're looking at this like a cross section. And where these arrows are, that's indicating how the current's flowing. So the current's flowing this way, and you can see that there's a hump on the bottom. And as the water's flowing in this direction and it gets compressed and it gets directed upward like this, it's going to create a little disturbance up here on the surface. So if you were in the back of the boat looking back at it, it would be going like left or right, perpendicular to the direction of the current. So you would notice it would be a very distinct line in the water where it looks like the water's flowing over a little wall or something. It's very hard to describe, but when you see it, you know what it is. And this is what's causing it. There's a little hump on the bottom. If you see that disturbance on the top like I'm talking about and you drive over it with your boat, watch your depth finder. You're going to see it's going to pop up a foot, 2 feet, 5 feet, 10 feet, and that's what's making those little currents or those little disturbances. That perpendicular line, perpendicular to the current. That's what's making it. So I want you to consider if you were a predatory fish, and say back here under our boat is 25 feet deep. On top of this hump is 10 feet deep. And the bait is flowing with the current. Is it more efficient to try to hunt that bait in 25 feet? Or would it be better just to sit on top of this hump and let it get funneled to your face? This is just like a fence row when you're deer hunting. If you've got, say, like a big hardwood strand and another big hardwood strand, and then a fence row that connects them, you can go sit in the middle of that hardwood bottom or whatever and just hope a deer walks past you, or you can sit in that fence row and have them get funneled past you. That's what the fish are doing right here. They're sitting on the fence row, except instead of a fence row, it's a hump. So this is what tarpon do. Bull redfish do this. Sharks. So what you want to do is position your boat up current of that rip and have your line sitting in, ahead of, and behind the rip. Just kind of cover it because this water is getting forced up. So the rip might be actually showing itself back here, but the hump's right here in front of it. So watch for the fish. You'll see them roll. They'll tell you where they are a lot of times. But when in doubt, stagger your spread. And in the next video, that's probably what I'm going to talk about is how to actually think about setting up your spread. I'm very opinionated about this. And anybody that knows me knows if there's one thing I love, it's opinions. So I'll talk about the spread and how I have a little bit different mindset than other people. It's not special, it's just math. But rips, this is what you're looking for. This is how you want to set your boat up. This is where you want to put your lines. This is where the fish will be. Think of it like a fence row. It's a funnel. Thanks. Tight lines.